how to explain it to my friends who would consider it an impulsive and irresponsible decision at my age. But regardless of what my friends or family thought, I knew I had to get out. And it's been the happiest 4 years of my life. So I was looking back at this video that I shot 4 years after having left America, living the happiest 4 years of my life in Bangkok. And I just noticed something. And that's that in that last scene, if you look at the reflection of my sunglasses, you can see Mayu. She's holding up the camera and shooting me. She's been honestly the biggest supporter of my dreams, of myself, of who I am. But unfortunately, I'll have to tell you that, me and Mayu, we've broken up. We've gone our separate ways. And honestly, it's all been my decision. So here I am, now 4 years into my life here in Korea. And sometimes, we live life at such a fast pace that we don't have time to think about the decisions we make. But I thought I owed it to myself and to you guys that have been following this channel and our journey an honest answer as to if I've made the right decision leaving this fantastic life here in Bangkok, Thailand, to live here in Korea instead. Have I truly been happy? Alright guys, sorry about that, but honestly, this is my life. This has been my life. This past year, just really busy, just texting about possibly going to the States for a shoot. Anyways, I gotta go and shoot this, so see you in a bit. Originally, I left Thailand to come to Korea to spend time with my family because my grandfather passed away, and that was a traumatic event for me where I realized that I needed to spend some more time with my family because I felt like I was neglecting them. People get old and people die, and having a fantastic life in Thailand, but I just felt a little selfish for not being there for my family. But what turned out to be 3-month, maximum 1 year kind of trip to Korea, it just ended up turning into 2 years because as soon as I got here, COVID broke out, and when things opened up again in 2023, even though I could go back to Bangkok, Mayu was already in Japan, but for the most part, I decided to stay here in Korea because the connections I made, the networking, found a little piece of me here in Korea, and I was getting great paying jobs, and the healthcare is good, and I just really didn't see myself going back to Thailand other than for long-term vacations, which I did. Even though I haven't posted any full vlogs about myself in Bangkok because I'm just relaxing, this year in 2023, I spent at least 4 months there. And I know you guys have asked me over the years, Ethan, why are you choosing to stay in Korea and why'd you leave Bangkok? And I think I sort of got stuck in this little rabbit hole of explaining to you guys why Korea is better than Thailand and comparing and contrasting Korea to Thailand. But now that I really think about it, the reason I'm here in Korea has less to do with Korea as a country itself, but more to do with myself and what I want. And I honestly think this is a struggle that every expat goes through eventually once they're over their little honeymoon phase and things start getting boring because you've traveled and you've done everything and you've had all the fun. All right, guys, I'm still on top of this hill because I was actually having a pretty interesting conversation with another expat out here that's been doing this expat thing for 25 years now. Lived in China for 10 years, and he overheard what I was saying, and he thought he was self-sabotaging his relationships. And honestly, that's a question I've been asking myself as well. Have I been self-sabotaging my life, my great life in Bangkok? An amazing girlfriend who, like, there is not a single fault I can find with Mayu. She is the nicest, the kindest person I know. Not only that, she's beautiful. She knows how to cook. She cleans. I mean, she just really takes care of me. And I like myself when I'm around her. She supports me. But how did I get to this point where I am having to say goodbye to her? I realized that all my life, and even in my channel, what I thought I was trying to do is just simply have fun and make the most of my life just by experiencing new things. But this journey has been more than that. And the only word I could sort of use to summarize all of it is I've been trying to find a purpose, trying to find a reason for being who I am. And if I had to be honest, Bangkok isn't any less fun than Seoul. You know, I really enjoy being there, and that's why I don't ever plan on selling my home there. And I go there very frequently, even though I'm basing myself out of Seoul, because I really enjoy my lifestyle in Bangkok. But the thing that I realized, and that was becoming clear to me the longer I lived there, is that I found that I had little purpose or reason to be there. So yeah, long story short, I just couldn't find a purpose for being in Thailand. I mean, there's various reasons why Thailand just wasn't the most ideal situation or location for me to find a purpose for living there. And a lot of it is me, my own values. But at this point, I know a lot of you guys are not going to be able to relate to me and go, you know, what other purpose do you need? What more do you need, Ethan, other than fantastic environment, fun things to do? What more do you need? But honestly, there isn't a single expat I know that's been living in Thailand for more than 3, 4, 5 years and has struggled with this same question. Because honestly, life is more than just simply having fun or meeting a lot of cute young girls or, you know, drinking every night and being cool. Eventually, it just doesn't become cool anymore because it just becomes a routine. But other than just simply telling you guys some preachy, cliche thing like there's more to life than just having fun, there's a philosophy that I just recently came across. Ironically, it's Japanese, and it's ikigai. And ikigai is basically a Japanese concept of finding purpose in life, of finding a reason for being by not only finding something that you love to do, that you're also good at, but finding something that is also good for the world and that you can make money from. As much as it's great doing YouTube and making fun videos for you guys about, you know, traveling in Asia, and I really found purpose and motivation to show you guys a great life out here. But without it really generating income, it was really never a profession. It's just something I'm doing as a hobby. And that's not something I honestly could see myself sustainably doing. Unfortunately, this life, this purpose I found out here was away from the person that I wanted to be with. And this is where I had to make a decision. And I knew that I couldn't be content not being true to myself. So yeah, at the end of the day, I guess there's no sugarcoating it. Me and Mayu, we both decided to choose our own purpose, our own calling, I guess. I mean, it's not that we didn't try. For 3 years, we tried to find ways to be together, but not only did I find a calling to be a videographer out here, found the sense of belonging, a community that I felt appreciated me, but Mayu also went back to Japan and found that she enjoyed being in Japan and wanting to stay there to take care of her parents when they're older. I mean, in her defense, I think if I really pushed it, Mayu is the type of person that would have sacrificed her own desires and wants to be with me, and she would have come out here. But I didn't want to do that. I thought that would be very selfish of me to pursue my goals and do what I want to do and have her sacrifice her life that she's built in Japan. And, having talked to her after having broken up, she also agrees and feels that I made the right choice for us. And I think honestly that was the last thing I could have done for her. A part of me still wants to believe that somewhere down this journey of life, me and Mayu will find ourselves back together again, crossing each other's paths. But this is unfortunately the reality of being an expat, because once you've taken that red pill and you know that you're not bound or limited to any single location, your interests and belonging and purpose takes you to other areas in different countries, which may not always align with the goals and priorities of your partner. So what does this mean for Live Travel Asia? I mean, not much is going to change. It will always be living and traveling in Asia. This year, I spent 4 months in Bangkok, a month in India, and a month and a half in Japan, which actually means that I spent more time outside of Korea than I was in Korea. And it's because I love living and traveling and seeing all of Asia. And I think it's okay if you don't want to live in the same place or work in the same place as I do, because this world is so full of new experiences and adventures to be had that we cannot fit it in a lifetime. So me showing you places that you don't have the time or the means to go to is something that I think I will continue to do, and I hope that you find value in.